Hey guys, guess what today is? Today is the launch of Starliner. Starliner is going to be our newest capsule to go to the ISS. Hopefully, if it can make it there. If you want to check out my other video, I discuss everything that has to do with Starliner and Boeing. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. This is Starliner Orbital Test Flight 2. This is the CST-100, which stands for Crew Space Transportation. The Starliner spacecraft was meant to carry 7 astronauts on board, but NASA has already said they're only interested in sending 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. This capsule is going to be carrying food, supplies, and EVA materials to the International Space Station for the new astronauts that are on board. They also have a plush toy, a few commemorative pins on board, an American flag, and some memorabilia from black colleges all around the United States. They're also going to be carrying a mannequin named Rosie. Rosie will be carrying kind of like a bandana, and will also carry a few signatures. So I'm so excited. After today's launch, they're going to be docking to the International Space Station on Friday, and they're going to be staying a couple of days. I remember when the first Crew Dragon docked to the International Space Station, and the astronauts on board the ISS gave a complete tour of the Dragon capsule. After a few days docked to the International Space Station, they're going to come in and land in White Sands, New Mexico. NASA is saying that this possibly could be a night landing. It all depends on the weather. Just like the Crew Dragon from SpaceX, the Starliner was designed to stay roughly about 6 months up in space attached to the ISS. So the Starliner capsule is larger than the Crew Dragon. The Starliner capsule also is smaller than the Orion capsule. As you can see here, distinguishing between all 4 capsules. Starliner is going to be on top of an Atlas V rocket, the most reliable rocket NASA has ever had. The Atlas V runs off of 2 solid rocket boosters and the main engines made by Russia. If you've been following the problems that Starliner had, they had a valve issue problem. What happened was the valves were being corroded. And Boeing obviously didn't think about corrosion when it came to the valves. Florida is surrounded by salt water, so that problem shouldn't have never happened. With the corrosion problem that the thrusters had, that proposed a danger to the capsule and the safety of astronauts if they were to ever be on board. What could possibly happen is that they might have to replace and redesign the whole valve system. If that's the case, I believe Boeing Starliner is going to be delayed months until we see the next orbital test flight 3, which is supposed to carry astronauts on board. Making a spacecraft that's suitable for crew is crucial in our space program. Starliner was said to have spent $90 million per launch just to launch Starliner. Compare that to SpaceX Dragon at $64 million, and you can see why Starliner probably won't last very long. NASA says that the Starliner capsule can probably do around 10 trips to the ISS. It is the closest NASA can get to a reusable spacecraft, because almost 80% of the Atlas V is reusable. That is also why they will land in White Sands, New Mexico. They learned that with the Apollo capsule landing in the ocean, all the salt water corroded a lot of the materials. We're still a little early for the launch. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a bite to eat, and we're going to go to Rocket View Point, where I've gone to see other launches before. The month of May is pretty much the hardest time to predict weather here in Florida, and it's going to be great. The only thing I don't like necessarily is that the Sahara Desert sand has been blowing across the Atlantic Ocean and has given us this haze today. So the skies aren't exactly as clear as they normally are. So I'm so excited for you guys to come see this launch. I'm going to go ahead and get some lunch, and I'll see you at T-minus a few minutes to go. So good luck, Starliner, because there's a lot of eyes watching you. Alright guys, here we are. It's starting to get a little busy. Still have about 35 minutes left. I'm all set up and looks like it's clearing up a little bit. Still pretty hazy for this launch. Good luck, Starliner. We'll catch you at liftoff.
Clear to proceed. Flight director. Houston flight is go. Launch director. You have permission to launch. Proceeding with the count. Nail. Go Centaur. Go Starliner.
Systems are go for liftoff.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Starliner is headed back to space on the shoulders of Atlas, powered by a workforce dedicated to its success.
We have confirmation of a good MET epic timer on Starliner.
Sets candidates roll program.
Mach 1, Atlas 5 and Starliner are going supersonic. We have Pico, booster engine cutoff.
So welcome to Starliner for the very first time ever in space. Here you can see Starliner, and Rosie the Rocketeer is sitting over in the commander's seat, along with her zero-G indicator, Jebediah Kerbal.